been a few days since I've had heat in the shop, and it got cold in here, but it's up and running. Furnace man got it going finally. He could have had it done really quick, except he had to order some parts. But I tell you this largely because I want you to realize how much quieter the furnace is now. I had realized when I started up this fall that the camera was really picking up the furnace. Anytime it would kick on, it was really hard to hear me. I'm standing really close to it right now, so that's probably making it a little bit harder to hear me, but it was really an annoying noise coming out of it. And then one day it quit. So I called the furnace guy and he came out and he instantly told me that the combustion fan blade had literally disintegrated. So he thought maybe that's why I was making a lot of noise at first, because one of the blades had come off and it was unbalanced, and then it finally just exploded. But anyway, it's up and running. Should be a lot quieter in the videos. We'll see today if you can hear me when I talk. And this is my normal distance away from it. Oh boy, it sounds a lot quieter. It's kind of like a porta power, whatever you want to call it for me. You know, I just got quick connects on there and off the hydraulics of the crane. But enough about the furnace. I just received an order for a mud bench, and I have to have it done 5 days from now. And you say, oh, you got 5 days to do it. Well, that includes making it and getting the paint to dry, and that doesn't include all the other jobs I have to do along the way. I actually have quite a bit of a backlog going right now. Normally January is a really slow time for me, but it has been super busy. I'm grateful for it. And since I'm jabbering on about things I had to do, might as well add one more thing. I had some fuel troubles in my welding truck this week. When I get down to about 10 degrees, I just couldn't go anywhere. I had no power. I could tell I wasn't getting fuel. So, brought it in the shop. Just assumed I had some water in the fuel or something, and it was icing up. So I started looking at things and playing with things, and I took out the suction line. Can you see that? It was a bit clogged. That is rust out of the tank. That is bad. I don't even know how I was getting any fuel through it. Tell you what, it runs a whole lot better now. It's amazing. Of course, it's a 1981 truck, so you know it's bound to have some issues by now, right? Okay, I'm going to show you a dead mouse here. So if you don't want to see it, look away. I'm just going to show you really quick. But I caught a mouse in my dog's water bucket during the night, apparently. The reason I showed you that real quick is not to gross you out, but it reminded me that I haven't told everybody, but that yellow shop cat that hung around, his name was Wash, he passed away. So it's been kind of sad. He was only 3 years old. So I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared for about 3 days, and he came back home skinny. You could see his ribs. He laid down by the water dish and died. So I don't have a clue what happened, but it was very sad. But anyway, I need to find another cat, because obviously I still have mice in here. Sorry for the image of a dead mouse there. Let's get back to work. Mud bench I'm building. I'll show you a couple pictures here of ones I've made in the past, that way you kind of have an idea where I'm going. And then I'm going to start getting materials laid out here and start figuring out what I'm doing. I haven't actually sat down and made out a computer drawing of this thing yet, and I need to, because I keep getting orders for these things. But this is my squigglins of my dimensions and kind of what I need to do. Here's a front picture of the first one I made. A few notes about what I need to do different on it. There's a side picture of a wheel. The first one I made, I actually used old steel wheels, antique wheels. All the rest of them I've built my own wheels, just like I did on the trebuchet. And there's just a little bit of a different angle for it. And now I need to get all my materials laid out here and start working on it. While I'm rounding up my materials, I'm going to start the horseshoes in the electrolysis. And these are some used horseshoes that a cousin of mine gives me from a ranch out in Colorado. Well, I got my little bucket up here on the bench. Normally I do this outside. And of course, highly recommend doing it outside, but seeing as how it's winter and that ain't gonna stay upright without water in it, huh? But seeing as how it's winter and, you know, 20 degrees outside, I am going to do it in here. I'm right next to my window over here so I can open it. You know, get a little fresh air now and again. This shop is pretty drafty anyway, so I don't worry about it too much. So my official stance is don't ever do this inside. Let's see here. We'll see if that'll accidentally stay in there. Yay! Let's see. Positive over here, right? Because I want it to flow from the horseshoes to the scrap metal. So yes, that would be the correct direction. Because it flows out of the negative and then returns into the positive. Okay, so I got them hanging in there. That one's not bent quite right. And we'll turn on the battery charger and see if we can see bubbles. So we'll check back on this in a couple hours. I imagine within an hour, actually, there'll probably be a layer of scum floating on top of this thing. And then eventually I'll turn all these half a turn so the other side of the horseshoe is facing the piece of scrap iron. But boy, it's a bubbling already. Well, I thought I'd take a little break from building the frame and show you the progress on the horseshoes. Look at all that yummy crap that has floated up already. I have most of the metal for the frame of the mud bench laying here, and I got my whirly gig laying here. I'll get it set up on the table and show you how it works. I put this thing together to twist the metal on the uprights of the mud bench here. I twist that metal. This one, you can see it kind of weaves in and out a little bit because I did that just by clamping it onto a table and using a pipe wrench and making the twists, and didn't come out very straight. So the next one I did, I made myself a little jig so I can turn these. And I have to remember to twist them opposite. Like one goes clockwise and the other one goes counterclockwise when I make them, so they'll fit together correctly. Anyway, I'll get this set up and show you how this works. In case you're wondering, the way this works is this piece slides on here. Put that at the end, flush at the end. Yep. Okay. These are 2 feet from the end is where I start. Just drops in there. And then slide in here. On this side, I have a piece of pipe that I welded a couple strap irons in there. Then I use my little pipe wrench and just start twisting. Before I get started on that, I'll have to remove this coat. I'll tell you that right now. And it's just that easy. Another clumsy task done in no time. Well, I have dreams of putting a hydraulic motor on that thing someday. I think I'm out of shape. Let's see, last time I went this way. So this time I'm going to go this way. I don't know if I can clear it over here. Alright. Whew. That's pretty close. Yeah. There we are. I was just looking at these twisted pieces I did, and I realized I need to go another turn. There's supposed to be 4 twists in it, and I did 3. I got 5. Oh man. Yep. So I only needed half a turn more instead of a full turn more. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. This chalk mark right here is where the top bar comes across. This bar right here, see, it needs to fit between the two. It needs to fit, I guess you call it, in the flat between the twists. It'll put it 1 inch higher. So I think that's doable. That won't change much. I'll just slide everything up 1 more inch, which is no big deal. Well, guess what? I untwisted it. I went backwards, half a turn. And there was the 61 mark. And you can see it's not quite in there in the flat spot correctly. There's the 60 mark. And it's in the right flat spot. And those things are a foot apart. And all of them untwisted evenly. So I did not know you could untwist a twist and it would work. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for right there. So let's finish up this other one here real quick. That'll work. Whew. Alright, we'll measure up 60 inches. And what do you know? It's in the flat spot. Okay. Sweet, okay. Those are done. Back on track. Let's get to cutting out some other pieces. $16 too long. Gonna leave it. Bandsaw is not shutting off today. Ooh. Nope. Down there. Okay. I think now I'm going to take all these outside and clean them. It's nice and windy today, so that'll be great doing that outside. It'll blow all that crap away from me. It's also really warm. It is 60 degrees again today. Let's see, I think that might have been the last video I did. I don't know, I'm kind of off on my videos because, well, it takes time to edit. So some videos are really quick to edit, some are really long to edit. Some I have to wait till the finish or whatever, you know. So I don't get my videos uploaded in chronological order by any means. But in one of the videos I did recently, it was 60 degrees and there was a thunderstorm rolling across the plains. And then the temperature dropped to below 0 again, literally 2 days later. And it's been super cold ever since, about 10 degrees for a high. And today, it is 60 degrees again. I don't understand what's going on with this up and down weather. But hey, I guess I'll take a 60-degree day, you know. That's better than 10 for a high, right? Alright, anyway, enough babbling about the weather. Come on, get to sanding or something. It's always interesting making a project off of plans instead of just winging it. I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to work out in the video. Okay, so I'm going to go cut out some of these 1-inch angles wherever it is on the list here. Yeah, so I guess some more bandsaw action for a little while. That's all I had left over. Whee, that's cutting it close.